All right, so Jacob Castro with ParryPunch, and today I'm joined by Mike Davis. He's got a fight coming up against Viacheslav Borshchev, but a lot of people just know him as Slava Claus, and he's under Team Alpha Male. But how you doing, Mike? I just want to chat with you before the fight and everything.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, of course. And I guess it's been about almost 2 years since you
Yeah.
fought, so that's why I'm just really excited. Want to chat with you, and hopefully we can get some other fans excited too about your fight. So, how's it been over the last 2 years? Did you take a lot of time to kind of get your mind and your body right, or how's it been?
Yeah. So after the Mason Jones fight, Mason Jones in 2021 January, I had to undergo some surgeries, which they suspended me for like 8 months. So I wasn't able to fight until October, and then October came, and I needed a little more time. So now I was ready this year, all this year, and everyone they offered me, I said yes to, and finally, someone is. It's finally gonna happen. So
Yeah. So, did you want to fight a little sooner, probably? Because I
I
remember you
wanted
had
to
a fight in
fight.
March.
I wanted to fight in March. I wanted to fight in. I wanted to fight 4 times, which
Hmm.
would be January. I was thinking January, April, like June, and then sometime down here,
But it
probably
just
November.
was it opponents and like I remember last time we
No,
spoke, it was a contract issue too a little bit.
nobody wants to fight.
Dang,
I'm at
man.
I'm at a spot in the UFC where if you're a newcomer, you don't want to fight me because I'm gonna win. Is
Hmm.
I'm gonna make sure I do. And then the newer, or not newer, but the veterans, the people up at the top 20, they don't want to fight me because they don't want to risk a spot.
Yeah, so it puts you in that weird spot, and I guess you've just been
Yeah.
getting denied a lot, basically.
I also won't fight anybody that's up in the top 20. I don't get paid enough to do that.
Right, right. So that puts you in that awkward position where it's
Yeah.
like
So I'm
there's
just in
only,
a like a limbo spot.
yeah. And I mean, well, actually, this fight against Slava Claus got made on short notice because your original opponent was
Yeah.
Euros Medic. So I'm at least glad that somebody agreed on short notice to fight you. How'd you feel about that?
Good. I think it's better because I hate having camp. I don't like camps. I think 2 weeks is good. Honestly, I think it would be amazing if the UFC would just, I would say I'm ready for a fight, and then they would gather all the information, matches together, and then we show up to the event, and that's when we know who we're fighting when we do the weigh-in. So that way
Got
we
it.
can't study, we can't do anything. It would be, I feel like it would be a lot better. People
Yeah,
would
and
have to really work on all their skills instead of trying to just prepare for this one guy.
hmm and I mean, for a guy like you keep training year round. So I guess like a camp isn't really something you need because you're in shape, always sharp. So you just need a couple of weeks to just kind of like prepare that way, get the weight down a little bit,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
easy, super
So
easy.
how long did you have before this fight? I think it came together kind of quick, but has it been about a month notice or something initially, like when it was
For
first
this
medic?
fight, oh yeah, it was a month,
It's been about a
a
month.
little
Okay,
more. It was like 5 weeks, like 5 weeks.
for sure. And training camp's going good and everything. No bumps in the road other than
Yeah,
the pull out.
I'm pretty good.
Okay. And
That's not
this,
really a bump. I think everything happens for a reason.
all right. So you're kind of okay with that. Took it in stride, weren't too
I'm
stressed.
fine with it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no.
And I remember the last time we spoke about like a little bit of mental blocks and that kind of a thing, and you were seeing like a hypnotherapist and I think like a regular
Yeah.
therapist. So how's it been? I think it's been like
Hmm.
about 8 months or 6 months since we've chatted. You feel like you've
Yeah.
evolved a little bit?
I feel like I'm definitely more confident in my abilities. Um, I'm actually gonna speak with the hypnotherapist on fight week.
Okay,
I'm gonna give him a call and go through some mental stuff, just preparation during that. And then when I get to there, I'm gonna speak to the therapist as well. That's out at the PI, so I'll talk
gotcha.
to him too.
It even sounds good.
They've
Like
been
when I
doing a lot for me.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like you kind of are not really focused on exterior things. Like I just said, there's a little bump in the road, but you don't even think of it that way. So it seems like you're kind of just focused, not really letting the exterior things get in your way.
It's like a flow state of life. Kind
Hmm.
of things will happen, and you just go with it.
So with Slava Claus, have you gotten a chance to look at his tape at all or do any homework or anything like that?
Oh, I'm gonna keep it that way too.
Okay, so you're just looking to go in there and no real game plan, or what are you thinking?
I just how I perform the best. That's how I've won all my fights. It's just
Okay,
the easiest way to do it. If I go in there stressing about what he can do or what he can't do, is it makes me perform weird or feel weird, and I don't want to do that.
I don't want to talk too much about like a game plan then and get like in your head that way. But what are some of the leaps and bounds you've made in training? Anything that you're really happy with that you've like evolved on with your skills wise?
My timing's a lot better. My strength is a lot better. Ever since the Mason Jones fight, I've really adapted the lightweight frame because when I fought him, I was in the 60s. I was like 164, I think, during fight day.
Mm-hmm.
Now I touch 180, a little more sometimes. Um, I feel a lot stronger. I feel that has made an increase in my ability to fight. I can hit harder. I can actually finish the kids. Mason Jones, I couldn't for some reason. He just took everything I had. So I'm hoping now when I hit somebody with the same punches, they'll fall down.
Yeah. So a lot of your power and you've kind of grown into your body as a lightweight then. I mean,
Yeah,
you're 6 foot, right?
yeah,
Damn, man. I mean, I'm about 6 foot. I think I'm like either 5'11" and a half or something. But yeah, I mean, you're a big dude for the lightweight division. I feel like I'd be around 170 if I was fighting, and I'm
yeah.
6 foot. So
I don't know. I feel like I'm one of the smaller kids at 55.
I know, right? It's about who can cut the most weight.
Everybody I talk to, they say like oh, I'm like 188. I fight at 55. I was like, God damn, how did I get up there?
I know, it's crazy. I like try to fathom it myself. That's what I was just saying. Like in my mind, I'm like, dude, I'm like 190. I couldn't get down past like 170, but some of the guys like freaking Paul Acosta and
They'll
stuff.
Yeah, they'll cut all the way down. I have
Yeah.
no idea how. Even Patty Pimblett's in the 200s, and he
Yeah,
gets to 55.
it's crazy. I mean, I guess I'm curious for you, like, since you do stay in shape year round, do you have to take off too much weight right now, or is it mostly you're just gonna do like a water cut on fight week or something?
I probably do. I probably should diet a little bit. I'm gonna diet. I haven't dieted at all. Zero. I have not started at all.
Hmm. But you're
And
still pretty lean, so
yeah, I'm around 170,
okay.
170 to 175 right now. And I'll start dieting this week. It'll hopefully get to about 165, and then from there I'll just take it all out.
Do
10
a 10
pounds of
pound cut.
water. Yeah.
And I guess when you're dieting and stuff, do you just keep it down to no carbs? You just do like little chicken and broccoli
Oh no,
and
I'll still eat everything.
oh really? So what does your
Yeah.
diet consist of if you're trying to lose a little bit of weight?
I will lower my carbs,
Uh-huh.
but it'll technically just remain the same. Um, right now I just like I said, I eat anything. I eat cereal. I just ate a box of Pop Tarts last night, so like I will eat anything. And
Yeah,
then come this week now, like starting to I think it's tomorrow I have to start. It'll be more lean based, some more meat, more veggies, and less carbs.
for sure.
And
I guess
I'll eat actual food, not Pop Tarts and whatnot.
gotcha. And then for those people who think it's just like, you can look like that and eat the way you do, how many times a day do you work out? You're working out like twice a day, I'm
Twice
assuming?
a day.
Yeah. So you
We're
gotta,
like 5 hours a day in
okay,
total.
you gotta work out pretty hard to eat that way and look the way you
Yeah.
do. Yeah. So,
Yeah. People
okay.
ask me that all the time.
So one thing I want to talk about that I kind of saw in the Slava Claus, his last fight, was that he was paired up against another striker, Mark Diakis, but Mark just
Okay.
decided to go full takedowns on him. And I guess one thing I admire about your skills is that you have a good way of finding easy takedowns because you have good Muay Thai skills. So you got those trips and stuff. And I think that's pretty underestimated in MMA actually. So how do you feel about like your Muay Thai skills pairing up to his kickboxing skills? Because I think the X factor is the fact that you got the trips and he doesn't necessarily.
Um, I don't know. He's a kickboxer.
Yeah, like a Russian kickboxer.
I'm not. I'm not too sure. I think Muay Thai definitely overtakes kickboxing, mostly because I'm very aware of what can come at me, and I know that in kickboxing it's a lot of punches and kicks. That's pretty much their main weapon of choice.
Hmm.
But I know they throw knees and whatnot. But in a Muay Thai aspect, that's what we base on. We're like knees and elbows first, then hands and feet. So
Hmm.
I think I have more in my arsenal than a kickboxer. And then
Yeah,
again, I do have trips and uh, I'm in judo blue belt too, so I have some judo. I haven't done judo in a long time, but I still remember a lot of it. So
gotcha.
I know a lot of throws.
So what's your thoughts on like trips versus kind of going in for those hard takedowns in fights? Do you kind of see my I guess what I'm saying as far as
Making it
sometimes it's
easier.
yeah, make it a little easier and they're not even expecting it a lot of the time, it seems like.
Yeah. So you can get into like a mix and then end up putting your foot out at the right place and that guy will end up on the floor. Yeah, that's so much easier than a hard shot where he's defending and sprawling and making it gritty.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually saw that because you've been doing some seminars and stuff. So, how do you like doing the seminars? Are they keeping your skills sharp and keeping you kind of
Oh yeah.
busy in your time off?
Yeah, that's I like doing seminars, and I feel like I should try and incorporate it into my everyday life, doing it maybe once a month or so at a different place. I like
Yeah,
traveling and teaching the kids, being able to see the world and how everyone else trains, and then being able to give them my thoughts on MMA because they do questions and answers at the end too. So it's nice. It's something I
yeah.
love doing.
It probably builds your fan base a little bit too, right? I'm sure you get a bunch of follows from the
I would
kids
hope
at the
so.
gym after.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, so you said you're focused on yourself for this fight and just kind of showing out basically. So, maybe not a prediction, but what are you looking to do? You said show your power, so you're looking to get like an impressive win, or is there no real expectation and you want to flow through it?
I have no expectation. Every fight, I just go in and implement my skill set. I show what I'm capable of, and if you fall, you fall. If not, then the world will see 3 rounds of me beating you up.
So you just focus on just being the best version of yourself. Whatever happens,
Yeah,
happens.
just I want to be the best person that I can, the best fighter I can be on that night.
Yeah, I think honestly that's how people get to like high points is you can't really compare yourself. It's exhausting. I think
Yeah,
that's a little bit of a secret right there is just focus on being your best self and you'll be surprised because a lot of people aren't really doing that. So,
I feel like I have all the skill set to win any fight that I get in.
yeah.
I've trained with everyone in the top five, not like Charles or Islam, but like Dustin and Gamrot, Arma. I've trained with all these people. I know
Hmm.
what I'm capable of. I know where I stand.
Yeah. And I mean right now
Compared to
you're
people that are destroying the division, I know where I stand in this division.
so did you actually used to like spar with Gamrot and stuff? Because people are
Yeah,
hyped on him right now.
he's like one of my most sought after sparring partners because we are almost identical.
Hmm.
I would say
Awesome.
we're very similar. Like we are back and forth in every aspect.
So did you guys just go through some crazy rounds back in the day? I know you're not an American top
Always,
team
yeah,
now, but
yeah.
yeah. How'd you feel about that fight actually when he was first going to fight Sarukian? I mean, he was the underdog going into it, and I threw a little bet on Gamrot because I knew that he was an ADCC champ and stuff, so I was banking on that. But were
He's a
you
good
just like
grappler.
this guy's gonna get the dub in this fight,
Um,
or were you
um,
kind of it's a good fight? So
it was a good fight,
hmm.
and I was shocked because Arman is weird. He has really good takedowns. He's really good at holding people down,
Hmm.
but Gamrot's really good at scrambling. So I saw that played a big part in the fight,
Yeah, his
and
scrambling
Gamrot
skills
was
are
able to scramble
insane.
out of everything, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, he was
I figured Gamrot was going to win that fight.
for sure. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's next for him, honestly.
He
But
fights soon.
he does, right? Who's he fighting again?
Yeah. Um,
Shoot, it's Dariush, right?
Darush. Yeah, Darush.
And then they just came out. I guess Dariush is like halfway the backup for um
Title fight?
Oliveira. Yeah, that's what he
Is he?
said. He said that Ali was told him that he's going to be the backup if anything goes wrong. So hopefully nothing goes wrong and Gamrot keeps that
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, that'll make if Gamrot wins, that'll put him in title contention.
Yeah, and that's a good
Yeah,
fight too, right there. So I
it
don't think
is.
Oliveira is pulling out. Did you see Khabib said something about he thinks Oliveira is going to pull out and then like Dariush is going to fill in basically.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, I mean I think
I try to stay out of the MMA world when I'm not fighting or
I,
training. Like
yeah, I feel like that might be exhausting, honestly, from
it's mentally
afar.
exhausting.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So I guess back on track real quick. So you said that you've got mad confidence, right? But I guess do you feel like you're entering the prime of your career because this training that you got with like Gamrot and Poirier, this was like, when you're 27 and younger, right? And now you're
Yeah.
29, so you've kind of been able to grow and become almost like your own man. Like you left the American Top Team gym, so I feel like you're more of like a big dog in this gym. So I guess do you feel like you're entering the prime of your career now?
Um, I feel like I still have a year or two until I enter my prime.
Okay.
I feel like right now I am experiencing the first sort of transition or my body's changing. I'm growing. I'm getting my skill set better, and then I feel like in 2 years I'll be set in stone to finish out the next like three or four.
Hmm.
and then be done fighting. I don't want to fight when I'm 40.
Gotcha.
I
So
think
this is
36 is like a good age. 35.
okay. So this is not your final form, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess what is the main things you want to improve on? Because I feel like you've tackled like, your mindset, you've gotten the great training partners. You just told me about your power. So what are you looking to improve on at all?
Um, that's a good question. I feel like there's little things I can nitpick and just get better at. I like my grappling could be better. My wrestling could be better. I feel like striking, I could implement some game changes. So like my striking is a little more defensive because a lot of it's offense or I'm really good at defense, but I would like to not get hit at all.
So maybe like a little bit more confidence when it comes to
Yeah,
striking in the pocket and like not getting
that's
hit
where
and
I
stuff.
feel like that's where I'm the best in the pocket. As for
Yeah.
boxing, my boxing background is just gonna put me in the pocket up close. I'm gonna win that fight.
Do you do sparring with like pro boxers as well, or
Yeah,
just with MMA fighters?
undefeated pro boxers all the time. They're
Dang.
always undefeated. Yeah,
And how do you do against them?
perfect.
Perfect.
Like yeah, perfect.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So I guess we'll wrap it up because I know you got probably some training to get to shortly. But I just want to ask, like, you told me you wanted 4 fights this year. That didn't unfortunately
Yeah.
happen.
So
But
I hope it next year does.
exactly. So what are the goals for
Yeah,
2023? Because I feel like this will be good to look back on a little bit.
I would like to get through this fight, um, injury free, and then if possible, because the Orlando event is like 10 miles from my house, I would
Mm-hmm.
like to fight there,
Okay.
which would be 2 fights on my new contract. Win those both, re-sign, and take 4 fights in 2023 and end that contract.
And then kind of see where it goes from there.
Yep.
Okay. And then so you just have a 2 fight contract right now, basically
No,
that
I
you're
have
gonna
four. I'm a 4 fight,
pour
but
on them,
you
but you're
you
looking to
win two.
renegotiate.
You knock two people out or finish 2 fights. You can renegotiate.
As far as like the contract and stuff, are you happy with where you're at? Were you able to get it slightly resolved since the last time we spoke, or is it in the same kind of position you got to fight
No,
for
I
more money?
it wasn't an issue on money. It was just an issue on location. I didn't want to
Gotcha.
travel in the beginning of the year. I just didn't want to. I
Sure.
told them I would want to fight in the States and they just kept trying to get me to leave. So I was just saying no.
Okay. And
I said
when
no
is
to leaving the States. I would fight whoever. I just don't want to leave the States.
yeah? And then for those who don't know, that was for the UFC London back in March, I believe. So that's what the issue was. You were going to fight Jai Herbert, but there
Yeah.
was some contract stipulations there. I guess the last thing I wanted to ask real quick is, were you always the first fight on this card, or did that happen just because Euros ended up pulling out?
I don't know what the fight is for
Oh,
card for this one. They'll
gotcha.
rearrange it. I'm probably not gonna be the first fight.
For sure. And then I guess your gaming and stuff like that. I know that you've been working on gaming and Twitch and stuff. So I want to give you a chance to maybe uh chat about that real quick and maybe plug your channel.
Yeah. So I've been gaming. I actually took a break. Probably a bad idea, but I've taken a break so I can try and hone in and sleep and actually recover so I can keep training. But once this fight is out of the way, I'm gonna go back to gaming. The new Warzone's coming out in November. I want to be a part of that. I'll be streaming it like every day. But
Okay.
I stream on Twitch and Facebook, both Mike Davis UFC for both. If you want to look me up, that's pretty much it.
Awesome, man.
I try
And
to have
then
fun. I try to engage. I raid people after my stream. So if you're watching and you're a streamer too, I'll just send all my people to you afterwards.
yeah, and then I think you do watch alongs too, right? Because I saw
Yeah,
you watching like the UFC card and stuff, so people can tune in
I
on
was
that
just watching old fights of mine, but I'm gonna keep going. It's
for
been
sure.
working.
And this is just a fun one because I see the tattoo on your arm. Is that Dragon Ball Z by chance?
This one, yeah.
Yeah. Did you
Vegeta.
see the new movie?
I saw the new movie back in like May.
Did you stream it or something? You're talking about superhero?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really like it.
Dude, I didn't.
I don't like the CGI. It's
What
really
happened
bad.
with everything? It was like some whole new freaking like show I was watching all
It
of a
was
sudden.
so dumb.
And then
I
I
mean,
don't
the
know about
concept's nice. The Gohan's new form is nice, but that's it.
I fuck with Gohan. He's
Yeah,
pretty
that is
badass,
it.
dude. I wish that like Brawly and stuff were more in that movie. They just kind of did a little scene where they're sitting in a field. It was like, what the hell?
Oh,
What'd you think of
I'm
that?
excited for the next step, whatever they're gonna do next. I wish they would bring back the tournament and see how that played out and everything.
Oh yeah, that would be
I wanna
sick.
know more. I wanna continue on from there.
That's what I like tournaments and shit like that.
That was the best they've ever done.
Yeah. How'd you like the one before that? I think it was the Super Brawl. Were you a fan of that?
Yeah, that was a good one.
That one was sick. I like that.
I
That got
did
me
like
like
that one.
really into it. All right, man. All right. Well, enough
I
chatting
like that
about
one.
that. Have a good rest of your day and stuff, and good luck in the fight. And I kind of kept it more towards the fight this time around, but maybe
Oh yeah,
afterwards, we can talk more about just overall stuff and see what you've been up to and all that as
yeah,
well.
some life.
Yeah,
That'd be
hell yeah,
good.
man. I want to chat more about like therapy and kind of like getting your mind mentally strong in the fighting world because I
Okay,
know it's tough.
it is.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, have a good one again, and thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you for reaching out.